Steve Domenico in the Room podcast with a very special guest. I have on scary Kerri Kenneson fighting this Friday night for InvictaFC at the Phoenix Series 3 in Kansas City in an 8-woman tournament. I got you on the show to talk about this huge opportunity coming Friday night. How you feeling about it?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Steve. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, so it's fight week. I'm in the heat of losing weight and all that good stuff. So I'm here at the gym, gonna finish up my last training session a little bit, and then go home and be on the plane in the morning.
Awesome. Who's taking the trip with you? Ed Carr, head coach Ed Carr, of course.
Ed and Jay. I'm heading out by myself in the morning, and then Ed and Jay are going to meet me down a little bit later on this week. And then, yeah.
Excellent. Well, stranger to Invicta, this is going to be your 4th fight for them. How do you, looking back at your first fight and now, how have you seen things change in the women's, only league here in Invicta?
Yeah, so I'm super blessed to be a part of Invicta. Obviously the last couple of fights have not gone my way, so I'm on a little bit of a downward slide. So this tournament's super important for me. The Bantamweight division, especially in Invicta, is pretty open. I think I have a lot of opportunity with them, and making it further on in the UFC. So I really think that this is a pretty sweet opportunity to show what I got. So
as far as this fight coming up, it's a tournament, Kerri. What's going through your mind, and what's the difference in training to get ready for to be full throttle for that one round?
Yeah, so it's pretty freaking cool. So I don't know, everything that I've wanted to happen so far in my career is I made it to Invicta. I wanted to do this tournament. I saw I think they did 125 first, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. They're gonna do a 135 tournament at some point. I just didn't know when. So we've been kind of putting a little bug in Shannon's ear, we want to do it when it comes out. And then I saw her tweet something a little while back, and then it was I knew it was going to be around this time, and I broke my hand, my last fight. And so it was really borderline, if I was going to be ready for it. And I was fuck. But my doctor said that, as far as healing goes, it's good. So it's screw it. I wanted this opportunity. I've been waiting for a year to see when the tournament was going to come out, and I can't pass it up. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. It's the first 2 rounds are only 5 minutes, so they're super high pace. I don't know if you've seen the other tournaments that they've done so far, but the girls come out pretty hard. Yeah. It's pretty intense. So they also, because if you finish the fastest in the quarterfinals, you get to choose your opponent out of the those last 3 opponents for the next round. So there's definitely an incentive there, and there's, bonuses if you finish and stuff like that. So they're really pushing to get these rounds fast paced and exciting for the fans and everything.
Excellent. So, and if you come out, the final fight is the co-main event of the card. So that's a big time chance right there. As far as these one rounds, you're saying, 5-minute 1 rounds. How do they count, on your record and stuff like that? Do they count? How do they judge that?
So they're considered exhibition bouts for the first 2 rounds, and then if you make it to the final, then the final counts against your record.
So as far as the competitors here, we're seeing all sorts. I mean, we're seeing a pro debut as one of the eight in the tournament. We're seeing some veterans. There's a lot of newbies in here with, not that much experience as far as pro fights. How do you feel about that lot of fighters in there and your chances in this tournament?
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. The other tournaments that they did were kind of, I know they used one as to crown a champion, and then I think they used another one to be the next contender for the title. This one's they came out, and there's a lot of, like you said, 1-0, 2-0, 1-2, and a pro debut. the pro debut girl has been around. You know, she was around a while back. She fought like Ronda Rousey and like I think Raquel Pennington and stuff. But so I'm not counting her out even as no. She's been around a long time. But yeah, as far as like record-wise, I have the highest record. Are those kids too loud, Dominica?
They're a little bit right now, but I mean, wait. Yeah, but that's
you can go.
That'll change.
Bye, bud. We're taking an adventure.
We're taking a detour right now.
Hey. What was I saying? So, have you seen down here?
Yeah, I went to a smoking down there. Remember? Yeah, that is a beautiful place down in the dungeon of Team Link Hooksett.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, there's like just a lot of like I have the highest record out of all of them. So like numbers wise, I should win this fucking tournament, you know. But I'm not counting anybody out. There's been like 3 dropouts. So there's been 3 different replacements. So I think honestly to my benefit, but as far as who they replace them with. So yeah, I don't know.
do you know some of the women involved in the tournament? Or are they all, not names that you're not familiar with?
I've known of a few of them, just from watching them fight in Invicta. One of them I was supposed to fight. They asked me to fight, and I was injured, and I couldn't take it. And then the Chelsea Chandler girl that my first fight in Invicta that I actually beat her. So, I know her. I know a couple names. There's a few that I don't know. We've done a little basic research just to know, but I'm really just focused on myself and what I want to do.
Excellent.
As far as my game plan, so.
Awesome. So as far as how they pick, how it starts, I mean, is it just you go into the cage in the beginning of the night? Do you draw of a hat? Is it done in the back room? How do they get the matches going in the first series?
I don't know exactly how it's. I know it's randomly drawn, so like, yeah, I would assume it's like out of a hat kind of thing. That night, I don't know at what point in that night I will know, like, but it's that day or that night that I'll know.
Excellent.
So.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, coming off that last fight, it was in November in 2019, where you actually went the distance with the title challenger, Lisa Verzosa.
Yeah.
She's fighting for the title. She's the main event. How do you feel about that fight coming off? I know you broke your hand in there, and it was a unanimous decision, but you had her bloodied up, and it was a great fight. Invicta really did a lot of stuff after that fight, showing it and showing a lot of like little clips from that fight, because a great matchup. How are you feeling about her being the main event, and what's at stake here if you actually get to the co-main?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So yeah, I think so. We had a great fight, like you said. It was a fight of the night. I went all 3 rounds with her, and I think that with a couple of small changes, I could have taken that fight. And obviously, if I had a non-broken hand for half the fight, that would have been pretty cool too. But so I think like out of all the people in the tournament, I feel like I'm in the best spot to, like, if I win, potentially get, closer to the title. I'm not saying like right off of this one I would be, maybe. I mean, I would like to be, but I wouldn't be upset if, they said, get one more fight or something like that. But it is kind of interesting that she's the main event. She's fighting for the title off of a win off of me. But I think that I can sort of redeem myself if I win this and potentially get myself back in the running, for sure.
Excellent. Well, you're coming off that broken hand. How much of a training camp, how long has this training camp been from when you were cleared from the doctor to get back in there?
So we were asked 5 weeks out about this. But up until that point, I wasn't like 100%. healed. I mean, it's
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 ready
been
to go.
interesting. We'll put it that way. But it's good. So we're gonna fucking roll with it.
There you go, man. I mean, one round, the start that, the two, if you make it to the next round, another round. I mean, it's exciting for like all fans watching this because, it's starting off the event and it's just going to be bang, bang, one round after another through here.
Yeah.
We talked about the training and stuff, but I mean, you could go, full throttle from bell to bell if it takes that here. But do you believe you need like a finish or close to a finish to really be decisive in the judges here? Are you afraid of a judge ruling, in a one round fight here?
No, not so much. Like, well, I obviously want the finish. Like, I mean, there's lots of reasons why I want the finish, but if I don't get the finish, I feel like I've historically had pretty good first rounds. Like, even my last fight, like, if I would have fought Lisa for one round, I would have won that fight. I won the first round in my last fight. I think I've done pretty well in the first rounds of a lot of my fights. So I have that going for me, and I think also like just having one round, it takes a little bit of pressure off. Like okay, you're going balls to the wall for 5 minutes. Like, I can do that. Like, then you get a break. Like, kind of gets the nerves out. You know what I mean? Like, go back in for it. Like, 5 minutes, you can do that.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just a kind of a cool format. It'll definitely be interesting to see like how the adrenaline and all that stuff, like the ups and downs and like those small like injuries that happen, hopefully none, but injuries could happen. They settle in the back, adrenaline wears off. It's like, so all of these things are, factors that nobody's really ever had to deal with before. We're all in the same boat. I would imagine none of them have ever done a tournament like this. So it's gonna be cool.
Last thing, Kerri, shout outs. I know you got sponsors. I know you didn't make a shirt this camp, but we have your shirt from the last fight.
Yeah.
And, shout out anything you want to shout out there, training partners, sponsors, and, last thing to New England before we let you go and head to Kansas City.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I have, like you said, I haven't made a fight shirt for this one. I'm too busy doing other shit, other people's shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, by the way, if you need a shirt, I can design shirts.
Yep.
So yeah, obviously my team link, Ed and Jay, my coaches, everybody here really stepped up. I have a lot of people that just like, they're like my dummies sometimes. Like, I just got to drill stuff on them over and over again, and like it sucks for them. So I just want to say thank you to all of them, and my Team Link girls, my Team Link ladies. And then so my sponsors, Grace, Limousine and Shuttle, who always gets me back and forth to the airport for my fights. Let's see here. Who else I got?
You need my shirt?
Hooksett. Yeah, there you go. Auto Holsters and Hooksett and Beacon Adjustment Company. So thank you very much. And yeah, thank you, Steve.
You're welcome, Kerri. Excellent. Well, I'm glad to see you like doing your thing, back fighting for Invicta, and a huge opportunity for you in 2020. So it'll be on Fight Pass. We'll all be watching. We'll all be rooting for you, and we'll all be waiting to see what happens once you power through that tournament, Kerri, and get to that that co-main event spot there. So, Kerri, last thing, social media. How we get in touch with you? Because I know you do a lot of stuff pre-fight night with visiting Kansas City and just showing a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah, so I do a lot of stuff on Instagram. It's scare with a K _bear 440. So scare_bear 440. And then I'm on Facebook or whatever too.
Excellent.
So follow me, and thank you to everyone in New England. And hope you guys can watch on UFC Fight Pass and support a local girl coming up.
Excellent.
So.
It'll be streamed in a lot of places. Let me just say that, but we can't say that. But thanks so much, Kerri. We'll be seeing you this Friday night. We'll be watching weigh-ins on Thursday and checking out the other competition, who you're going to be mauling through on Friday night. So, Scary Kerri Kenneson, 3-2 women's MMA Bantamweight in the Invicta 8-woman tournament this Friday night, March 6th in Kansas City. Let's wish her well, because this is a huge opportunity, and we don't know what opportunities are after this. So thanks again, Kerri. We'll be seeing you very soon.
Big fucking opportunities, Steve. Big ones.
big opportunities.
Big ones.
All right, Kerri, you take care.
Thank you so much.
All right, get to training.